Iain Duncan Smith insisted the insurance mechanism created to avoid a hard border on the island of Ireland after Brexit would be unimplementable, as he urged the Irish government to agree to change the withdrawal agreement. The Tory Brexiteer warned Dublin the country would face big trouble if the UK were to leave without a divorce arrangement, a risk some political experts have claimed is becoming greater as the March 29 deadline draws nearer. Responding to claims Ireland will not budge made by Irish Deputy Prime Minister Simon Coveney, Mr Duncan Smith told Sky News, "What I would say to Simon Coveney is, you've created a monster at the moment. Ireland itself is in deep trouble if we leave without a deal. I mean serious, deep trouble. They're not talking about that. There are big questions being asked in Ireland. Of course Mr Coveney is going to come on and say, no change, but behind the scenes, in the European Union, they know very well that they do not want us to leave without a deal. The right thing to do is to make the changes. Brexiteers have expressed fears that the backstop, an insurance mechanism effectively keeping Northern Ireland in the customs union and single market to protect frictionless trade with the Republic, could be exploited to keep the whole kingdom closely aligned to Brussels. Mr Duncan Smith also suggested the European Union is aware the backstop would not resolve the issue, as he urged the bloc to cave to demands for reopening the withdrawal agreement. Read more. Coveney explodes at Sky News host during tense Brexit grilling, doing the job of lobbyists. Brexit News Ids warned Ireland will face image. Getty. Sky News. He continued, what do we know about the backstop? It's utterly unworkable. Even the EU knows they couldn't implement it tomorrow if they tried, because it's got the most ludicrous border arrangement between the rest of the UK and Europe. It would be chaos. You got now an agreement to implement something which is unimplementable, therefore it has to have changes. Why not accept that and do the changes now? We can make that process of change part of the agreement. Mr Coveney claimed the UK and Ireland had a shared responsibility to protect the Good Friday Agreement, securing peace between Northern Ireland and the Republic. He also stood firm on the claim the backstop would be temporary and remain in place only until London and Brussels could agree to alternative arrangements on the border. He said, the red lines from an EU perspective, not just an Irish perspective, are very clear. The withdrawal agreement is not up for renegotiations. The space we are in here is to try to provide reassurance to a majority of people, hopefully in Westminster, that the backstop is temporary. He continued, this is about shared responsibility for Britain and Ireland as co-guarantors of a peace agreement in Northern Ireland to ensure that we don't go backwards, that we don't, as an unintended consequence of Brexit, see the emergence of physical border infrastructure between two jurisdictions. A border infrastructure that in the past has had awful memories. Theresa May on Saturday pledged to grassroots stories at the National Conservative Convention as she would finish the job. The Prime Minister said, our focus to deliver Brexit must be absolute. We must not, and I will not, frustrate what was the largest democratic exercise in this country's history. Party activists also backed a motion stating, another referendum, a delay beyond the European elections, taking no deal off the table or not leaving at all would betray the 2016 people's vote and damage democracy and our party for a generation.